Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Amazing World of Mysteries, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Today's episode is called 9 Time Travelers and Teleportations Caught on Camera. Even Albert Einstein admitted that under certain circumstances, time is flexible. This likely means time travel. If this episode gets enough likes, I will gladly make a second episode. I have plenty of material. It's up to you.
A new picture often appears on the internet, which people claim shows time travelers. Could it be a fact, or are they just coincidences and we misinterpret what we see? Some may be simple fakes or exaggerated imagination, however, not all of them, but there are still enough that are certainly very interesting. Time travel is the subject of some of the best book and film sci-fi. There are a number of rules associated with time travel, and each publication differs from the previous one. In some cases, you are not able to change the past or communicate with your past self. In other cases, you can even rewrite history by vomiting on a squirrel. How could such time travel work, and why would people do it? I have my theory. If we admit that it's possible, the first assumption will be that you are wealthy, because let's not lie to ourselves and admit that what works today will always work, and that is money, and whoever has it can do anything. Yes, I have money in the future, so I go to such a travel agency, and instead of a trip to Rügen, the wind and sand-battered coast of the sea, in the former East German bloc, or a super discounted -2-star hotel with cockroaches in Bulgaria, I will see on the list of trips something like the crucifixion of Jesus Christ.
The construction of the pyramids.
Or a trip among dinosaurs and so on. There are many possibilities, and you can add what you would like to see. The only thing that is forbidden is to kill anyone in the past, as it could endanger the future. So I ask, what would you take with you? Well, I would definitely take a smartphone with a camera. There's nothing like replaying such an experience or sharing it with friends. I tried to gather some of the best and most interesting films and pictures of time travelers in different periods, of course. So let's get started. Footage of Mike Tyson from boxing in 1995. Mike Tyson versus Peter McNeely. This match from Las Vegas is often used on the internet as evidence that time travel exists. The entire fight, which was recorded on YouTube, caught the attention of a viewer with a dual interest in boxing and conspiracy theories, who noticed that someone in one of the front rows was holding something that looks very much like a smartphone. Camera phones similar to this have been available only since the year 2000. Opponents of this theory quickly searched for the most advanced device of that time to refute this claim, and came up with the assumption that it must have been a handheld camera, which was easily available at that time, such as the Casio QV10A, Casio QV100, or this one from Logitech. Considering that the man is holding the camera with one hand, using only 3 fingers very close together, I don't assume it will be one of the mentioned brick-sized variants. Additionally, for comparison, you can see that they have a different appearance and some things are missing while others are extra. The decision is up to you. A modern time traveler. This photograph was taken in 1941 during the reopening ceremony of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia. If you look closely, on the right side you can see an unusually dressed man who looks like a modern man, not fitting into the crowd at all. Sport or sunglasses at a time when most people wore hats and coats, the so-called trench coats. Some would say he stands out like a sore thumb. Many people claim that he is a time traveler, while others argue that he is simply a person with a fashion style that was 60 years ahead of his time, even though he stands out in the crowd like a white crow. Either way, it is still a very popular photograph that is interesting to ponder. Us dog from another time. In this video, someone was filming a race between two fast cars on the highway. However, in the mysterious footage, a dog suddenly appears from somewhere behind the passing cars and continues running as if nothing happened. In this case, I am not surprised that people wonder why someone would send a dog to the past. Well, maybe it could easily be a captured attempt with a time travel device, and we might have seen such a canine pioneer, just like Laika was the first dog sent by the Russians into space instead of a human. Or it could have been teleportation. Hard to say. What do you think?
World Cup celebrations.
This photograph is from the World Cup 1962 and shows the celebrations as the Brazilian team lifts the trophy. But if you look closely, you will see at the bottom of the picture what looks like someone taking a photo of this major national event with a mobile phone. Could that also be a time traveler? Some might think it's strange that in the future you could have a flip phone, but on the other hand, lately we're returning to them, and we know that foldable phones have a bright future ahead. A teleported car. In this shot, you can see what is called a driver's nightmare. In the frame, you can see a car trying to turn left, and suddenly, out of nowhere, another car appears from the right. I don't know how such a big car could hide in a blind spot, but it's really interesting, unless it's a new thing, the so-called ultra super blind spot, or maybe the car was driven by David Copperfield. What do you say, drivers? Is something like that possible? Marazi, bene se... Tablet from before Christ. It's not the first time modern-looking devices have appeared in ancient artworks. The statue dates back to 100 years before our era. It caused excitement last year among conspiracy theorists who swear it depicts a laptop. The statue, which is housed in a museum in Malibu, depicts a young girl holding an object in front of another woman, and it really strikingly resembles a modern laptop or some electronic device. Opponents immediately came up with the theory that it is a wax tablet and nothing unusual. I might have to call the skeptics and ask them where such tablets with a USB port on the side can be obtained. Well, they might as well have come up with a scenario that the old relief actually shows a maid bringing her lazy lady a freshly delivered small pizza. She's looking at it to check if there are any peppers on it, which she hates. In Charlie Chaplin's film. Nowadays, wherever you go, you see people around you either talking on the phone or with their heads down and eyes glued to a smartphone screen, especially among the younger ones. It seems that film footage taken during the shooting of the silent film Charlie Chaplin's The Circus from the year 1928 shows a corpulent lady in a hat dressed in black walking around. It looks as if she is talking into her mobile phone. The footage is a bit shabby, just like the idea that someone could have a mobile device in the year 1920. I don't know, maybe she doesn't have a mobile phone, maybe she's just holding her ear so it doesn't fall off. What is certain is that this footage has many supporters who see it as clear evidence of a time traveler who wanted to see Charlie with her own eyes. Visitor of wartime Reykjavik. This photograph shows a scene from downtown Reykjavik in the year 1943. In the heart of the war, soldiers and sailors can be seen everywhere in the streets among civilians. If the Matan circle seems to be on a mobile phone, with these smartphones used by time travelers, are we really lucky today? Who could he be calling? I hope not Hitler.
Greta Thunberg.
Finally, I have a rather funny bonus photo for you. In the year 2019, people on the internet discovered a photograph from the year 1898 showing 3 children working in the gold mine in Canada's Yukon Territory. The image shows a girl with an incredible resemblance to the young activist Greta Thunberg. I assume that this photograph is just a coincidence, because I can't imagine young Greta traveling through time to save the planet. Besides, she would clearly have chosen the wrong place to start with someone. Although, perhaps some work wouldn't hurt young Greta, considering she hasn't worked in her life and probably never will.